Okay, what's going on, y'all? So this is gonna be your video for the new moon in Pisces, which is happening pretty much today, March 2nd, 2022. I am a few days late uploading this video, but yeah, who gives a fuck? It's 3 days before, 3 days after, and these new moon energies can take some time to kick in. For some of you guys, it's already kicked in. For some of you guys, it's probably kicking in right now. For others, it might kick in later on this weekend. Like, it's a lot going on. Definitely make sure that you go and you listen to the weekly horoscope that I put up, so you know what to expect all during this week because it's a lot of transits going on, a lot of great things happening. But like I said, I don't want to focus too much on that because I did do a weekly horoscope video on that specifically. This video is going to be about the new moon in Pisces, and depending on how you're watching this, maybe you're watching it all in one form or you're watching your individual sign. Either way, we're going to do the general overread of everything so you better understand, and then we're going to dive deeper into each zodiac house. Okay, so like I said, this is the new moon in Pisces, happening March 2nd, 2022 at 12:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, the moon is always embarking on a journey and taking you along for the ride. This journey always begins on a new moon, when you're encouraged to set an intention to guide you through this next chapter of life. Every new moon is unique, and the spiritual meaning of the March 2022 new moon in Pisces will rock your world. New moons are often a time of new beginnings, so as the moon, which is the ruler of your inner self, joins forces with the sun, which is the ruler of your outer self, it will sharpen the connection that you have with your intuition, guiding you down the path that is necessary for your highest growth, right? So, this new moon is in the zodiac sign of Pisces. Now, Pisces energy is very creative, artistic, and spiritual. So, the new moon this month is reminding us that we have the permission to get creative. It can be scary to step outside of your comfort zone, but that's exactly what's needed during this astrological event, right? And if you show a willingness to diverge from the norm and be a little goofy, it's your vulnerability that's going to pay off for you in the long run, right? So right now could be a highly spiritual time for you or a highly creative time or all of the above. If you are psychic, you could expect a lot of downloads and insights happening, maybe a lot of different wonky dreams. Like I know I've I like there's a very particular set of dreams that I have. For those of you guys that don't know, I am estranged from my family. That's never going to change. But I kind of, without revealing too much, I'll say that I kind of have a heads up to what's to come, depending on my dreams. And so when my family members show up in my dreams, it kind of points to some things that are going to come up, right? So, and for me, that is a trigger, that is a trauma, that I've of course healed and dealt with, but it's still messages there, it's still insights there, right? And so, a lot of you guys might be receiving downloads in ways that you don't even think, right? Because some people, may feel like, okay, well, I'm not psychic or I'm not really that intuitive. How am I going to receive a psychic download if I don't have visions or I can't pick up on energy that well? Like, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to life, really, right? Because your guides and spirit knows you, God knows you. Like, they're going to send you signs in ways that you understand it best, right? So for me, I'm always on Twitter, I'm always on TikTok. Like, I get a lot of angel numbers, and work with spirit, work with your guides. Like, get to the point where, because your angels are always around you, you just have to literally give them permission to reveal themselves, right? So if you are somebody that receives angel numbers, right, work with your angels. Tell them, hey, like, I'm confused about what it is that I want to do now. Like, I feel like, okay, I'm supposed to quit this job and start a YouTube channel, but I'm really unsure. God, can you show me 222 if that is what I'm supposed to be doing? Or show me 333 if I need to sit back, wait a little while, plan something out, or show me 444 if I need to stay exactly where the fuck I'm at and think differently. Like, literally, you guys will be amazed at how quickly you will receive answers and how willing the universe is to help you. Trust me, as somebody who is a light worker and psychic and extremely fucking intuitive and in tune with my spiritual team. Like, trust me, right? So especially during a time like right now is a time where you could literally alter and change your life in the matter of a few fucking hours if you work with this energy and you maximize it, right? So, what makes this new moon even more powerful is that it's going to be joined by Jupiter, right? The planet of wealth, the planet of abundance, the planet of expansion and luck. That is also in its home sign of Pisces. Jupiter is ruled by Pisces, right? So this is one of those moments where the stars in the universe just align with you perfectly, and serendipitous things can happen. You could get that job that you've always wanted out of nowhere, or get approved for that loan, or that person that you thought was a friend finally has the courage to reveal their feelings to you. Like, this new moon is also forming a sextile to Uranus, which is the planet of shock and surprise. So your life could seriously turn upside down by the end of this week as several plot twists come up out of nowhere, like literally nowhere, right? And so everyone's going to benefit from these transits. However, there are four signs in particular that will benefit the most, particularly Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and of course, Pisces. Now, specifically, I'm referring to sun, moon, and rising placements around 6 to 18 degrees. Okay. But definitely make sure that you guys reach out to me via Instagram for a personal reading. Either Instagram or, matter of fact, no, actually go to my website. My website is available online. You can see it right there on screen, thealigningsouls.com. Please go to my website, book an order, book a personal reading, and we can dive deep into everything that's going on. Because even though I'm going through the zodiac signs in this video, that's just a general overall reading. You still have to figure out, okay, in what house personally is it going to be transiting? What natal house is it going to be transiting through? And, what aspects might be affecting you that might, throw things off. Like, it's a whole ordeal. Okay. So definitely make sure that you guys are coming to me for personal readings so we can dive way deeper and, figure out what all is going on. Okay. So, just to reiterate, right? Just to reiterate, the new moon in Pisces is a good time to commit to personal goals that express the positive energies of the sign of Pisces, right? These include taking a leap of faith, accepting imperfections in ourselves and in others as a different kind of quote unquote perfection, starting a project that requires imagination and visualization skills, consciously putting time aside for peaceful and rejuvenating activities, and sharing a dream with another, right? Now, with this potent Pisces energy, we have the chance to make important changes in our lives. This new moon is especially warm, generous, and optimistic with its alignment with Jupiter. So its sextile to Uranus is progressive, it's open, it's change positive, okay? Supporting those twists of fate, those, moments where shit flips upside down. And the major bodies are all direct, contributing to, when I say major bodies, I mean like everything right now. Like, there's not a single planet that's retrograde right now until April. So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of that. Like, seriously, now is the time where your life could really, really change. Like, there's nothing holding you back. There's no fucking excuse. Okay. So with all of the planets being direct, there's this sense of moving forward. Okay, Venus, Mars, and Pluto are closely conjunct at this time, and that adds a dynamic and a creative element to the energies of these new beginnings, right? And relationships can be at the heart of our new beginnings, right? Fueling our motivation to start fresh. Mercury and Saturn are also closely aligned, which leads to a more serious theme to the energies of this lunation. This is not a time of doing the same old boring shit and doing that over and over again. Like, seriously, listen to me. This is a time to dream big and go there, okay? Go after what it is that you've always wanted and be surprised by the results and how the universe is working with you right now to get you to that abundance that you seek. Like, whatever the fuck that it is that you want, that you've always wanted in your heart, regardless of what anyone else may think. Like, let's say you want to be a fucking actor, you want to be a singer, but it's like, no, I gotta be the first one in my family to get a job. I gotta be the first one with a degree. Oh, no. Or you know who exactly it is that you want to be in love with. You know who your soulmate is, but oh, no. I don't know how my family would feel about me dating, someone who's gay or someone that's of that background, or, they don't have the academic, credentials that match. Like, fuck all of that. Follow your heart and your soul's desire right now. And I can't make it more simple than that. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the 12 zodiac signs, starting with, hold up. Let me clap. Okay, just for editing purposes. Okay, starting with Aries. Let's go ahead and get into Aries. So, Aries, this new moon in Pisces is going to be affecting your 12th house of spirituality and self undoing. Now, this new moon is activating your 12th house of imagination, of dreams, your past. The 12th house in astrology points to your connection with spirit, with self, or your subconscious mind. The new moon will bring rise to something that's been lying just beneath the surface. It could manifest in your dreams, a time of spirit communication, or the signs could appear when you're alone, when you're resting, or just before you fall asleep, or moments after you wake. This is a period of review, of letting go and recharging one's spiritual and, by extension, physical batteries, right? So focus now is on fulfillment through service, empathy, and awareness of others' needs. But it can also be a time of withdrawal and some sort of retreat in a social sense. Okay, it depends on your personal and natural predisposition. Some kind of soul searching is in order, and the urge to find some level of emotional peace may be apparent for you. This is also a more sensitive position of the new moon, and it's best to find some sort of peace for the soul in preparation for the new moon in the first house period that is more active and busy than this one, which is going to be next month, by the way. Okay, that's when it's going to be new moon in Aries. Okay, so prep right now, because next month is gonna be a doozy. Okay, so you have an overwhelming need to be alone. So take a back seat and focus on your inner life. The time is right for some therapy, some introspection, or maybe to deal with suppressed emotions. This isn't really a time for high energy and action, but more so a time for like dreams, inspiration, diving into the subconscious and recharging. There may be secrets that come out because 12th house also deals with a lot of secrets. Again, your intuition may be heightened. Okay, 12th house is a psychic house, okay? So anything of the subconscious, of the hidden may come up. It's a water house, right? So you want to use this time to recharge. You may experience soul messages through premonitions, through vivid dreams. The 12th house is a space similar to a haunted house, a place of curiosity, of fear, the unknown. It's kind of like that. You know how people say, like, I don't like, I'm scared to be alone, or I'm scared to like go on a dinner date by myself because I don't want to be by myself, or I hate just being at home alone with me in the four walls because then it's just me and my mind. And that's exactly what the 12th house is. It's usually the place that we don't want to fucking go. And it's not necessarily the most fun because it does take a lot of work, right? It's another world. So it's a place of your childlike wonder, hidden treasures, monsters in a closet, repressed memories locked away, something that's been taking you away from instead of toward your dreams is going to begin to haunt you. So raising your awareness of bad habits, thinking, and memories that keep you stuck, as a way to free and liberate yourself from them, right? The 12th house new moon is about taking the time to heal, taking that time to rest, to reflect on the journey this far. Look at where you've been and where you like to go. It's about beginning to purge that, right? Let go and release all that stands in the way of your happiness and fulfillment. Consider this to be like your New Year's Eve, right? Moving on to Taurus, okay? So Taurus, this is going to be affecting you, Taurus, in your 11th house. Okay, Taurus, this is going to be affecting you guys in your 11th house themes. And it's always so awkward when I fucking do Taurus readings, like I'm not a Taurus myself. But okay, let's talk about it. Okay, Taurus, this is going to be hitting you in your 11th house of themes, social network, online, friends, groups, right? So this new moon is activating your 11th house of belonging, of gains, and the networks, groups, organizations that you belong to, right? The 11th house in astrology points to your hopes, your wishes, and friendships. This is also the like the house of social networking. So like, like Twitter, Facebook, social media. So, you could go viral right now, like very easily. The new moon could definitely see the new alliance, a new group or friendship that offers up some sort of opportunity for you. And it can point to you maybe gaining recognition for something that you do and gaining something in return for that. you know the 11th house is a sector associated with networking, with making contact, group activities, and income earned from business. So with the new moon being here, focus is on making contacts and reaching out to others in both a social and a professional sense. It's a time to turn inner restlessness into fruitful contact with others, heighten awareness of your position in life within the context of the group rather than through self-centered focus. It's probable right now with the position of the new moon, as well as a need for social security. So any goals that might involve networking or making connections with others, joining or strengthening ties in a group project activity and nurturing, anything good like that is going to be the focus this month. Now, your focus is on your vision for the future and your social network. You get more involved in social causes, okay? A new circle of friends or a business network may present itself, or you may drop old ones. Like this might be a time where you got friends moving in and out of your life. Listen, I got a friend that I'm actually cool with. Like that I'm actually super fucking cool with, but it just so happened that this is a week where they chose that they wanted to relocate to a different state for good. And so, we're figuring out how that's going to look in the future as far as our friendship, but that's something that I had to just go with. You know what I mean? And that's one of the ways that the new moon and Chad, whatever the fuck this new moon is, but that's one of the ways that this new moon is manifesting in my life as a Taurus is that, okay, as that's one friend that's left, now I have to focus on other friendships because that's a friendship that took up most of my time. And now that I don't have them here, I'll be damned if I'm staying in the house by myself every fucking weekend. So now I have to put the focus on, okay, damn, now I need friends. Okay. Like you see where I'm going with it? Like that's the way that the new moon has manifested for me personally. For you, it might be a little bit different. It might be the same. Who knows? You might lose a friend, you might gain a friend, you might, whatever, right? But in some cases, the new moon can bring rise to a new group, a new organization or network that'll bring a sense of belonging. It's a time where you can manifest or grow your following. You can connect with your soul tribe and connect with people who are on your wavelength. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, like, if this fucking channel goes viral again, and then it's just like a whole bunch of other people that's like, oh my God, like, you're into astrology now. Oh my God, like, I love you. Like, we were tired of tarot. Now you do astrology. Yay. And then, like, I feel like, okay, I'm back. You know what I mean? The new moon in the 11th sees a new wish and will begin to aid in its growth. It's the new moon of benefactors, unexpected bonuses, recognition, and return on investments. If ever you were looking for an opportunity, this new moon could hook you up. Okay. This is the new moon that screams for you to not let this opportunity pass you by. It's not what you know, but it's whom you know. Okay. If somebody is helping you out, shut the fuck up and say thank you. Okay. The universe does not give you anything less than what it is that you can fucking handle. And this is connected to a wish. Each step, you're going to get closer. Okay? I like y'all, Taurus. Make sure y'all go to the website and book a reading, a personal reading, so we can figure out how shit is affecting you. All right? Moving it along. Let's go ahead and move it on to Gemini. Miss Gemini. This is going to be happening in your 10th house of career, legacy, and reputation. This is all about your public life. All about your public life, right? So the new moon activates your 10th house of reputation, career, and where you spend your time. The 10th house in astrology points to your life mission, position in society, and your achievements. Now, when you have a new moon planting here, you can be assured that what begins now will somehow aid you in reaching your goals. It's bringing a new chapter to your occupational story. Something new will begin to occupy your time. A new project, a new member of the team, change in management or regulations. The 10th house is where we spend time. It's what we strive for, and it's our responsibility and duty to society or the world at large. So a new moon here is planting seeds from aspects of this to bring to grow and branch off. Now, heightened sensitivity to your standing in society and your goals for constructive progress are highlighted this month. It's a good time to develop new business plans and goals, assuming the new moon is not very afflicted. And you would only know that by booking a personal reading with me so we can take a look at your chart and make sure that you're right. Okay, because that's why I tell y'all, don't matter if I'm doing a video on Geminis and you're a Gemini. We don't know how your chart is set up. You might have good planets, you might have bad planets or bad aspects rather. Okay, but assuming that the new moon is not afflicted within your chart, and a sense of renewal and of reinvigoration with regards to your career goals, it's a potential. Okay, it's a time to focus on the elements of your personality that you are projecting to society and as a professional. Goals for self-mastery, self-discipline, it should be made at this time. This is a phase where you will be busy with career and or public responsibilities, okay? Dynamics of authority, claiming it or giving it away, coming to the forefront, right? You could start a new job right now. You could get a new boss. You could get fired from a job. You could have a new boss. Your old boss could leave. Your boss could get fired. Okay. Your career, vocation, public status, or visibility in the world are about to be transformed. Significant opportunities may present themselves. You want more at this time, whether it's rewards, recognition, responsibility, a promotion, a new job, or just simply more meaning and purpose as you seriously reassess your value in society. Are you in the right career, following the right path in life? Do you deserve more? What does your soul wish to contribute to the world? How do you want to be known to the world? New career options and a changed direction are within your grasp. Okay, these are questions that you're asking yourself right now. Keep in mind, status doesn't just have to do with career. This could also be like Facebook status. Like, do you want to be seen as somebody that's single, somebody that's, in a relationship, somebody that's married? That has a lot to do with it too. That's why they say, businessmen that are married are more respected than those that are out here fucking around. That's why, even with like presidencies and elections and things like that, people that are married are favored more because, child, that's a whole other discussion. But y'all understand what I mean by that. So right now, even if it's nothing to do with a career, you could definitely seriously be thinking about changing your status in a relationship. Like, okay, let's take this to the next level because I am tired of, like, what are we? Like, I need a status to claim to. Like, are we together? Am I your girlfriend? Am I your boyfriend? Are we married? Am I divorced? Like, you want to put a ring on it? Like, the 10th house new moon could signal an evolution in the role you play for the world, whatever that role looks like, right? A new chapter begins as opportunities here begin to arise with the moon growing over the coming weeks, but manifesting something much larger by the time we enter Scorpio season for the fall. That'll activate the same space. Now, essentially, it's the new moon that brings you closer to a goal, success, and accomplishment. So, gaining recognition over something you do or accomplish is highlighted right now. Sometimes it just points to a new station in life, new status, like gaining a promotion, changing jobs, relocating, getting engaged, married, or divorced. Okay. Gemini, definitely make sure you go to the website, thealigningsouls.com, to book your personal reading. So that way we can dive deeper into your chart to figure out what the hell is going on. All right. Bye-bye. Moving it along to Cancers. This new moon is going to be affecting you in your 9th house of higher learning and education. Okay, Cancers. New moon activates your 9th house of aspirations, of experiences, spiritual beliefs, philosophy. The 9th house in astrology points to your personal life experiences, a pilgrimage, your journey of life, right? So with the new moon here, that brings forth a new experience, the next phase or chapter of your journey. It's something that aligns with your aspirations in life. It expands your views, your beliefs, and experience on something, right? And it's all about expanding the mind and your horizons, providing gnosis and opportunity. Now, the 9th house rules our spirit to grow, to explore and expand beyond the regular experiences in our lives. And so the new moon here may bring some restlessness and dissatisfaction with the regular routines. Make an effort to initiate new projects or activities that expand your mind, feed your spirit for adventure, and stretch your imagination. You may feel renewed by a new perspective on your life, something philosophical or spiritual that you read or learn, or an adventure that takes you away from the mundane routines in your life. Now, the new moon in the 9th house is offering up an experience that can help develop a belief or something that you think you know and have you know it through experiencing it. A new moon here will teach you something new. In some ways, you could be on a search for the meaning of life, and your quest for knowledge could lead to the fields of philosophy or religion, or your horizons broaden during this period. People from foreign lands or alternative cultures may influence you and broaden your mind. This is a time period where you're a lot more lighthearted and accepting of people with different points of view. Your beliefs broaden, and therefore you're less judgmental of yourself and others. This is a positive and uplifting phase of your life. So it's time for you to reconnect with your aspiration in life, where you're at now and where you hope to be. It's about making strides and taking action toward your aspirations. It could present a time where you're seeking truth, discovering something potent to your purpose or your life journey, your life story. Essentially, the 9th house new moon is planting the seed to a new quest. So it's to question what you know and present you with an experience to open your mind to the possibility of something outside of what you once claimed as truth. Okay. And that can happen in any area. Doesn't even have to be something super, super, deep. Like, it could be like vaccines. It could be what you thought about what's going on in the world. It could be something that you thought about a relationship. Maybe you looked at a person one way and they turned out to be something different, and it is your soulmate. Or, maybe a career choice. Like, maybe I'm not supposed to do this, and then you realize, aha, I am. Like, it's like ninth house is all about like just expanding your life and whatever's going to add to your overall life story and life purpose. Something about that is changing within you. So take heed, take notice. And you might have had an idea about something, but the new moon presents you with the experience of it. Okay. So definitely make sure that you go to the website and book a personal reading, because how else will you know what's going on with you personally unless you book a personal reading? All right. Now, moving it along to Leos. Leos, this is going to be happening in your 8th house. Leos, this new moon in Pisces is going to be affecting you in your 8th house of shared finances, debts, sex, life and death transformation, yada, 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 right? This is the Scorpio psychic house, right? So this new moon activates your 8th house of joint resources, of secrets and change. The 8th house in astrology points to what you gain as a result of other people. Okay. Now, the 8th house new moon can open a door to having access to something you didn't before. Being as the 8th house deals with other people's stuff, be it money, trauma, assets, family, inheritances, it can connect to things like loans, inheritances, alimony, connection through association, right? The new moon in the 8th house can point towards a change in financial opportunity, even, as much as it can point to a change or unexpected event that takes place in the life of someone you're connected to, right? But this is a time of empowerment. It's a good time to focus on these issues of intimacy, as well as developing self-mastery skills. You may experience increased awareness of what makes others tick, as well as your own interval motivations during this period. But it's also a time when intimacy and deep levels of sharing are heightened. It's also a favorable time to start a financial plan, a savings plan, take out a loan or consolidate and do work in accounting, okay? Now, we don't really have much control over the 8th house. It's a place that we become entwined in someone else's stuff. So it can present the themes around, again, transformation, change, sudden events. And because we don't have control over those things, it's also a place of vulnerability, intimacy, trust, truth, secrets, fear, trauma. And so with this new moon, it's planting a lot of seeds of change in our life, whether you see it today or whether you see it, coming weeks and months from now. It's a time where we can become aware of the baggage that we carry with us, also as a result of other people. It's definitely a wonderful time to get a psychic reading done. I mean, hello. To see a therapist. I mean, hello. Okay. Or a tax accountant. I can't help you there, but I mean, the first two, hello. Okay. Even if you got to hire like a PI or, just seek out the truth behind something that feels off or maybe even suspicious. It's a time to trust your instincts and investigate for proof. Okay. Again, we're having a new moon in Pisces, which is a water sign. You guys are going to be affected in your 8th house, which is a water house. Okay. A psychic house, psychic sign, and a psychic house. Let's start there. Okay. The 8th house deals with a lot of issues around control and power. So how much do you give away and how much do you keep for yourself? Do you give people what they deserve, or do you give what you want to give? When we give abundantly, it comes from a good place. But over time, if the energy isn't balanced or reciprocal, we could begin to feel like we're being taken advantage of and then hold resentment. So it might be a time to consider your power control balance in your relationships. Consider what you think before. Well, let me back it up. Consider what you think people deserve before you give everything and leave nothing for yourself, okay? Because the way that you deal with joint finances, pensions, tax loans, and mortgages, all of that is changing, okay? And all of that could be coming up. And this may be a good time to put in place plans that provide more security for you and your loved ones. It's a time of deep introspection and emotional catharsis. And sometimes, this may prove painful and intense, but it's definitely worthwhile. A lot of dark fears and dark emotions surrounding issues of power and control may come up to the surface right now. But baby, that's why I'm here. Make sure you go to my website and book you a personal reading, okay? Otherwise, how the fuck you gonna know what's going on with you personally unless you book a personal reading, okay? TheAligningsouls.com, available on screen, all right? Moving it along, we're doing Virgo. 7th house of love, marriage, and business partnerships, okay? So this new moon is happening to Virgos in the 7th house. This is love, long-term partnerships, marriage, business contracts. The new moon activates your seventh house of commitments, relationships, and intimacy. The seventh house in astrology points to the others in our life. That's best friends, that's roommates, that's intimate partners, that's business partners. It's those that we make a commitment, promise to, or sign a legal contract with. The seventh house new moon plants a seed for new relationships, new friendships, new business partners, new clients, and contractual agreements. Now, the new moon in the seventh house is really pointing to a new relationship story that's about to unfold. Okay, it's where you take things to the next level. You experience a new aspect or storyline to your connection, right? So, some of you guys could be in a relationship right now. Some of you guys could be talking to someone and you want to take it to the next level, or it doesn't really matter whether you're in a relationship or not. It just brings up those themes of dealing with other people and trying to figure out, okay, where are we taking this now, right? So, negotiations and diplomacy are highlighted during this transit, right? It's a favorable time to begin new relationships or for you to redefine existing ones. Issues of sharing and partnership come to the forefront. Increased awareness of the need for someone significant to lean on or to rely on is often associated with this position. Working on or resolving the work on relationships that are mutually supportive is a good idea at this time. And if you find yourself sensitive to the feeling of lacking support from partners, this may be a good time to ask yourself how companionable you are and work on developing yourself in this area of your life. You might just find that this is a period when you are at your most gracious. It's also a good time to make contracts and make contacts. Okay. And to also make something public. Okay. So if you've been talking to someone for a while, whether this is in regards to business or relationship, this might be a time where you decide, you know what, let's go public. Fuck it. Right. The new moon marks a new beginning with an important other, be it a business or romantic. A new partnership could be on the horizon. A new contract may be needed. Okay, a contract may need to be revised. Possibilities include setting up a business with somebody. Settling down together, more mutual love and respect, moving in together. But it also, makes room for relationship endings to make space for something new. Okay. When a new moon takes place here, it also connects you to your maternal grandmother, paternal grandfather, nieces, nephews, and your second child if you have any. So keep an eye on those relationships as well. Okay, just to repeat, maternal grandmother, paternal grandfather, nieces, nephews, and your second child if you have any. And it could also connect you to anyone with whom you share a mutual exchange and gain, like a doctor, like a greengrocer, like a banker, so on and so forth. Now, the new moon, of course, could bring in a new relationship altogether. Okay, it could present some new or important situation that takes place within the lives of those closest to you or that you have regular exchange with. It might also present a new contract in the making, needing to renew a contract or commitment. So this could bring about negotiations, lawsuits, other legal other legal documentation that'll need signing and agreeing to. All right. So definitely Virgos, make sure you go to the website, thealigningsouls.com, available on screen to book you a personal reading. Otherwise, how else will you know what's going on with you? Unless you book a personal reading. All right. Moving it along. Moving it along to my Libras. This is going to be happening to you guys in your sixth house of everyday habits and work and routine. Okay. So, Libra, this new moon activates your sixth house of lifestyle, of routines. It's just your working environment, period. Right. The sixth house in astrology points to the daily grind, what you're in service to, and your health. It's what every day looks like for you. The job you do, it's the cleaning up after, it's the organizing and fixing of issues. The sixth house new moon is reminding you that health is the ultimate wealth. It brings you into question your lifestyle, stress management, and how you can improve your working or daily environment. Now, the new moon in the sixth house heralds a time when a new diet regimens, a healthy routines, and satisfying work schedules can be successfully initiated. It's also a time of taking care of business, handling details and increasing your efficiency by reorganizing or simply by working enthusiastically at tasks that help you to get caught up in your work. It's also a good time for analysis of any sort as critical thinking is now at its peak. This period is marked by a desire to sort things out, but also to be useful. So there could be a new beginning for health, again, for daily routine, for work, for habits. Your well-being takes center stage right now, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, sexual, however, okay? Plan a healthy routine that will help maintain strength and flexibility. This could be a great time to start a fitness regimen. The sixth house also rules pets and colleagues or employees, so something could come up with them. this might be also a good time for you to take a couple of days off from work, go on a little mini vacation, go on a little trip to Atlanta. Right, for a couple of days, to reset your mind, because maybe you've been working 10, 20 jobs and you need to take some time to, just recollect. So the new moon in the sixth house is going to plant the seed to a new and improved way of life. It'll get you to establish a new lifestyle routine so you can ensure that your health and well-being are well taken care of. Okay. And the new moon will show you the improvements that can be made, but you'll have to be the one to put them into action. Okay. Committing to healthy morning and evening routines has been known to prompt success. So it can, of course, be a new moon to signal a new working situation, a new colleague, a new environment, or a job role in the making. It can also point to a new lifestyle or health regimen. It might even be a point to a new pet, a new animal, right? Like, listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I've been saying forever that I'm ready to get back to a 9 to 5 type of lifestyle, but I live such a nightlife lifestyle that it's like I go to bed at 6 a.m. and I wake up at like 1, 2, and it's cool. I would love to, be on that 9 to 5 lifestyle type change. But see, me putting that into action, that would be, again, like new moon and sixth house energy, right? So me switching from waking up at 1 o'clock and falling asleep at 6 a.m. would be like new moon action, which is like something that you guys could be taking right now. So something as simple as switching your bedtime could be happening, right? So when a new moon plants its seeds in the sixth house, it's helping you to gradually improve upon your daily life. How can you make the daily grind a more healthy and happier place to be? How can you improve your health and your way of life, right? So, Libras, I definitely hope you enjoyed this. Make sure that you go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, which is available on screen to book you a personal reading. Otherwise, how will you know what's going on with you personally? All right? So I love each and every one of y'all. Moving it along. Okay, moving it along to Scorpios. Scorpios. Okay, this new moon, Scorpios, is going to be affecting y'all in your fifth house. Okay, this is a very big deal. A very, very, very big deal, Scorpios. Okay, this is going to be affecting you in your fifth house. Okay, your fifth house rules creativity, fun, romance, dating. Right. The new moon activates your fifth house of creativity, children, and all that you make. Now, the fifth house in astrology points to fun, to pleasure, to entertainment. It's your space of procreation, right? What you breathe life into. It's your raw talent, your hobbies. Now, the fifth house new moon speaks of following your heart and making more time for the things that light your spirit up. The new moon in the fifth house brings a conception of a new creation. So that could be a new love, a new business, new projects, new ideas, new work of art, or even a child. Okay, so listen, some of y'all could get married at this time. Some of y'all could get a relationship at this time. Some of y'all could drop a fire ass album. Some of y'all could get signed to a new company. Some of y'all could just get pregnant. Who fucking knows, right? Creative self-expression comes under the realm of the fifth house, and a new moon occurring here sparks the creative juices. Now, romantic inclinations are also heightened, as are any kind of celebratory, playful, and just for fun endeavors, right? So you will be especially aware of your need for approval and feedback from others, deriving pleasure from the ways your own creativity may impact the world around you. This could be a positive time for you, and a time where you might feel more bold than usual. So if you are feeling good about yourself, and especially if you have taken advantage of the time for rebuilding of confidence that the new moon in the fourth house brought, you will finally and fairly radiate during this expressive period. Romance, play, children, creativity are being highlighted. Children and hobbies are the focal point at this time. So whether you have kids or not, you can be focusing on your inner child. What makes you fucking happy? What would make 10-year-old you happy, right? Let's go back to you in middle school, elementary, before the trauma, before the baggage of the world, before you let the toxicity of this fucking earth penetrate your goddamn soul. Who were you? What did you want to be? Where was your head at? Like, what did you see yourself becoming when you became an adult? Are you there yet? If not, why not? Let's get there, right? So this new moon, it brings in a need for self-expression, right? And that self-expression is very strong. This could also mean having children, not just artistic pursuits. Perhaps this means turning what you love into your life's work or taking a gamble with your heart. Play and joy become more important to you right now. So the new moon in the fifth house is the next chapter in your love story. It also brings a lot of excitement, inspiration, and pleasure on all accounts, right? Don't forget that we do have Uranus in the mix. We do have Jupiter and Pisces in the mix. So, a lot of you guys do have like things on your chest that you want to get off, that you want to express. And not just in love. Some of you guys, it is in love. Some of you guys, you are living that whole, trying to fake that whole soulmate story with someone else. And you know that your happiness is in another direction, but you're scared to go there. Like, that seems to be the theme for everyone. But right now, it's all about just expressing yourself, period. Okay. Whether it's expressing your love or expressing your emotions into a form of art, into a song, dare to live your wildest dream. Okay. Bust through that door. Okay. It's opening up for you for a reason, right? There's something you have to share, and now is the time to share it. So it calls for you to step into the spotlight, to share your truth, to share your story, to share your work of art. And it's time for you to shine bright, and know that what you have to say or what it is that you have to express, it matters. Okay. Get away with the thinking that, oh, they're not going to care. Oh, listen, miss me with the victim shit. Ain't nobody got time for no motherfucking victims. Miss me with all that shit. You can do that on somebody else's channel. Bitch, share your shit. Share your art. Express your love. Express how you feel. You matter. You matter. Okay? You fucking matter. Okay? And if anybody tells you that you don't matter, fuck them. Okay? Fuck them or fuck them up. Period. We all have a special gift to offer this world. And it's a gift that only you have, that only you know how to share or do or express it, that can inspire, aid, or provide insight to the world around you. Come on, Scorpio. It's like we're waiting for you to be your most authentic you. So essentially, this new moon says, do you, boo? Okay? Find the freedom to be who you uniquely are and shine bright with no apologies. Okay? Now, definitely make sure that you go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, which is available on screen, to book your personal reading. Otherwise, baby, you're only getting half the story. Okay? Book your personal reading so you know what's going on with you personally. All right? Moving it along to Sagittarius. Okay? This is going to be happening in your fourth house. Sagittarius, this is going to be happening in your fourth house of home and private life, right? Now, the new moon activates your fourth house of home, of family, and security. The fourth house in astrology points to our roots. This is the place we become who we are. The new moon in the fourth house can signal a renewal taking place within our home, within our family, within our history. It can bring a revival of familiar karmic stories passed down through our ancestral line. On the opposite spectrum, it can turn the page to a new chapter within our family story. Now, on a personal, developmental level, this is a time to not only listen to what is in your gut, but to pay homage to those feelings, okay? What makes you feel safe and secure? This is a time to explore and develop a sense of inner security. Now, although the fourth house is associated with the home, it is an angular cardinal house that stirs up activity. So this is a time of reorganization and heightened awareness of your roots, your issues of intimacy and vulnerability. And it's an excellent time to come in touch with your feelings and needs. Focusing on your support system and the manner in which you support others is also probable. This is a good time to make long range plans for the future and to do any type of reorganizing or even remodeling of the home or home environment and for family related activities. Now, listen, I'm not even going to hold y'all. I just had a full moon in my fourth house in February. Back in November, like November 19th, I had fourth house eclipse. And then for the next 2 years, because I'm a Taurus, is happening in my fourth house. So I definitely know this energy all too well. And there was definitely a lot of energy of going back to the past, thinking I could rely on certain family members. I couldn't. And, coming into my own and realizing, okay, I needed to, move residences and relocate and figuring out, okay, what does a home look like to me and this, that, and the third. So a lot of that is coming up for you right now. And whatever is coming up, go with it, right? Go with it, because this is Pisces energy. This is psychic energy. This is insights and downloads that you are getting from spirit. So if it's coming up, believe it. Trust your gut. Like, now is not a time for you to overthink and be like, well, I can't afford that. Or, no, dream fucking big. If you've always wanted to live in California and you are just a small town girl and you don't know how the fuck you're going to make it, bitch, figure it out. Figure it out. Figure it out. Dream fucking big right now. If it's coming up, it's meant for you. Period. Follow your gut. Okay. So there's a lot of renewed focus on the family, on the home, on your living situation. Are you planning to move, enhance, or renovate your place? Are you inspired to build stronger foundations for your life? Maybe plans for a better work, life balance start taking shape. You may want to spend more time with your family, maybe with their parents, and open up more about deep emotions. Your intuition is also strong at this time. Your sense of belonging deepens when you connect to your past, to your roots, to your ancestors, and even what home country means to you. So your psychological foundations are also evolving. The fourth house new moon is a time you'll gain awareness of something you were blind to within a family, home, or living dynamics. This is a psychic house, right? So it can, of course, point to bringing new things into question, maybe sprucing the place up and cleaning the house top to bottom. It asks the question, how can you improve your home and family life? And listen, I'm telling y'all, as someone who's going through so many fourth house transits in the last 3 months alone, shit can possibly hit the fan. It can possibly really hit the fan. Okay, whatever it is that you need to know to make your home life better, it is going to come up. Trust it. Don't try to deny it. Don't try to go against it. Don't think that you can handle shit. It's coming up for a reason. And likely it will be attached to some sort of psychological trauma of yours. Now, the new moon here is where you restore the home with new energy. You may be clearing things out, moving things around, or bringing new additions into the family and home. It could also be the time of home improvements, purchasing new household appliances, purchasing a vehicle, or inviting new members of the family into the home. Okay. All right. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, Sagittarius. Definitely make sure you go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, which is available on screen, to book your personal reading. Otherwise, baby, you're only getting half the story. Okay. Book your personal reading. Otherwise, how will you know what's going on with you personally? All right. Moving it along. All right, let's go ahead and move it along to Capricorn. Capricorns, this is going to be happening in your third house. Third house of communication. So, Capricorns, this is the moon activates your third house of where you go, community, communications. And the third house in astrology points to news, information, again, communication. Now, the third house rules your communication skills, learning, methods, daily interactions and contact, and general busyness. This is a favorable time for learning something new, feeling at ease in social situations, taking care of the details of daily life, and developing a mental rapport with others. It's also a time where you will be more aware of your environment and where you will experience increased alertness. It's also a good time to take tests, fill out any forms, start a new course, write letters, make phone calls, and take care of daily tasks with energy. The third house new moon is a time where we're all a little bit more active, a little bit more busy, a little bit more communicative. It's generally a time where you're learning something new of importance, providing you with a truth to something that you've been looking for. And so this could boost your social media presence. You could go viral right now. Literally, it might be you sharing more of yourself, your views and your opinions now. It could also be that people are noticing you and what you're sharing. Listen, I already told you guys earlier about, some things that's been happening for me as a Taurus, and I'm also a Capricorn rising. And look at where I'm at. Suddenly on social media again. Socially, it's suddenly doing readings again, even on my entertainment channel, that's definitely doing, better numbers than I thought it would, right? And so with me being a Cap rising, I already see how this is affecting my third house of social media. And between my third house with social media with Capricorn and then my 11th house with of networking and social media with Taurus, I could easily go viral right now. And I would not be surprised if it happened, right? As well as having a Jupiter and Pisces going through my 11th house. So I'm just saying, take heed to what's going on. If you always thought about YouTube or becoming an influencer or just, becoming more visible online, now is definitely the time to do it. Okay. And like I told y'all in the spiel intro earlier, it's not a time to think about what everybody else thinks and wants and needs. Do what the fuck is best for you. If you always felt like I just want to share my voice, I want to tell my opinion, I want to this, that, and the third, then do it. Fuck what anybody is going to think, say, whatever. They don't fucking matter. Okay. Unless somebody is fucking you or fucking you up, fuck them. Period. Okay. So you could begin to find yourself venturing into new places and making new discoveries as the moon grows over the coming weeks. It might be you sharing more views of yourself, more views of your opinions. You could also notice that people are noticing you and what you're sharing. It's a time when your daily routine makes space to implement something new into it. You might change up the local place that you go to get coffee, check your horoscope, or even check the local news every morning, right? Like for me, I'm making sure that, I'm trying to get to a place where I start, recording or posting daily so I can get to certain goals that I see myself being at, right? And so with me doing that, that means that I'm also scheduling or doing less of whatever it was that I was doing before I started doing what I'm doing now, right? So it's all about things switching up in your day-to-day life. Now, a new moon here is going to take you to new places to make new discoveries, and it could even bring you in contact with new people. Essentially, this new moon is about having you learn a new subject matter and perhaps wanting you to learn as much as you can about it. It might be as simple as there are changes to your local environment, and so you're making detours and seeing things you didn't know was there, right? Like, let's say you can't go the usual route to get to school, and then you have to take the scenic route, and then you're like, oh my god, a library, oh my god, there's a club, oh my god, there's a bar I had no idea was there, right? Some shit. Okay. A new turn of events in your local neighborhood or with siblings, your schoolmates, and even extended family could come up right now. Perhaps maybe you decide to go back to school or be trained in a new field. Your mind is being rewired. So new thought patterns and modes of communication may emerge. You develop a fresh new way of looking at social media, podcasts, video, journaling, setting goals, timekeeping. Even with me mentioning podcasts, that's something that I'm starting likely tomorrow, likely this week, right? And so, just forms a new communication coming up, right? You could also simply discover new technology that changes your day to day. You may also need to go on a trip, perhaps something you had not planned. All right. So, Capricorns, definitely make sure that you go to my website to book you a personal reading. Otherwise, maybe you're only getting half the story. Okay. You can go to thealigningsouls.com. It's available on screen to book your personal reading. Otherwise, baby, how will you know what's going on with you personally? All right. Let's keep it moving. Moving it along to Aquarius. Aquarius, this is going to be affecting you in your second house, okay, of finances and self-worth, okay? So, Aquarius, this new moon activates your second house of assets, income, and what you value. Now, the second house in astrology points to what's yours. It's what you need to sustain your life. It's also your voice, your food, your money, your investments, your family, and your sense of security. Okay, so attunement to and appreciation of the physical world or the senses is the focus. And this is a time to start fresh in terms of how you arrange your life in order to feel a sense of value and worthiness. Financial issues could come into focus. So, setting realistic financial goals as well as formulating such things as budgets and other sensible financial planning projects will be favored during this time. Also, discovering ways to increase your income is featured. It's also a wonderful time for taking moments to pleasure yourself through earthy, tactile, and comforting endeavors, right? Now, your values, your finances, and a sense of resourcefulness and self worth are experiencing a reboot. This is likely about your disposable income. With new opportunities coming your way or a strong desire to increase your earnings, it could also signal an important new purchase or investment. So be open to change in the sphere of life and ask yourself how questions to open a door to novel approaches and solutions. Then plan a budget and follow it through to get what you want. Your self estimation is also set to improve as a result of your initiatives. Now, the new moon is helping you to better your financial situation, to aid in manifesting and providing you with what it is that you need. Are you taking good enough care of yourself? Are you feeding your body with nutritional, dense foods or putting superficial fuel inside your human vehicle? What are you in need of and how can you get it? Are you asking for help or trying to do it alone? Are you wasting your time and energy on things that don't provide value to you? Are you living by your own values? The new moon will provide you with the solutions that you need, but you'll have to meet the universe halfway if you hope to sustain it. It's about putting yourself first, giving yourself what it is that you need, separate from the others in your life, right? And this is a new moon to help you establish physical security and utilize your practical abilities. It's in service to providing you with exactly what it is that you need. So, Aquarius, definitely make sure that you go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, which is available on screen, to book you a personal reading, baby. Otherwise, you're only getting half the story. Okay. So go ahead and book you a personal reading. Because otherwise, how the hell are you going to know what's going on with you personally? All right, let's go ahead and move it on to the start of the show. Miss Pisces, okay? Come on, Pisces. This new moon is happening in yo motherfucking sign, okay? Which means that this is happening in yo first house, okay? This is the first house of self, identity, image, personality, all of that good shit, okay? Now, the new moon placement, this new moon placement is a powerful one. And let me tell you why. It's a time to reinvent yourself in some personal way, such as with a new look or a new manner or expressing and presenting yourself. You know, this is a personally busy time of the year when you feel energetic and you feel enthusiastic. You know, just think about how you present yourself to other people, right? Focus on changing personal habits in such a way as to improve your confidence in yourself and concentrate on putting your best foot forward. As this is a time where you're going to get noticed. You're going to get noticed and you're going to make a personal impression on people, okay? You do not have to, of course, reveal all of yourself to others. But this is a time where it's about acting on your impulses and believing in yourself. This is a time where it's okay for you to be brave and enjoy new experiences. You know, this is about you physically, okay? Health, life path, everything is possible when you focus on what you can change in yourself. The first house strongly involves a sense of self, your appearance, your body, your personal power. So you may even experience a desire to firm up your stance by claiming I am with self-defining acts or plans. You know, you're likely to become more aware of what helps you feel personally fulfilled in life. There could be opportunities to express your true self that likely come about, you know, but the challenge here is to balance your personal initiation and identity with meaningful relationships in your life. Because the first house in astrology points to new beginnings. It's your life path and how you take action. So consider this to be your personal new moon of the year. It's a wonderful time for self-reflection, you know, seeing just how far you've come and considering your goals and where you want to go next. But this new moon is calling you to slow down and give yourself what it is that you need. It's time to pamper, prepare, and consider your best next moves. Essentially, this new moon is turning a page in a new chapter for your life. How can you work to manifest the life that you've always dreamed of? I hope that y'all enjoy this. Definitely make sure that you go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, which is available on screen to book your personal reading. Otherwise, maybe you're only getting half the story, okay? So go to my website, book your personal reading. And otherwise, how the hell are you going to know what's going on with you personally? All right, so I love each and every one of y'all. I don't remember my motherfucking outro, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it. Something about me aligning y'all with y'all souls and putting you back into the universe. All of that good shit. All right. So I love each and every one of y'all. I will see you in the next one. Definitely make sure that you go sign up for the Patreon. Okay. Make sure that you guys go sign up for the Patreon. That information is also available on screen for extended and exclusive readings. You also get, you know, percentages and deals on personal readings. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to listen for the playback, to listen to your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right. And book your personal reading. See y'all in the next one. I feel like I need something. You tried to fight, but you can't escape me. My brain is racing for